WWRR, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, WMMZ, Berwick, Bloomsburg, Hazleton, WYCK, Plains.
Powered by Mohegan Sun Poano.
The River, 105 and 103.5.
This is Music on the Menu on the River.
Timothy, where on earth did you go?
Featuring Northeast PA's best artists.
Maybe, never mind. She can move me like the stereo, like a song on the radio. She's an angel in the morning, yeah, that's right.
And now, here's your host, Alan K. Stout.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
All right, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Welcome to Music on the Menu on the River. Alan K. Stout with you as I always am. Sunday nights, 9 to 10 o'clock. Bringing you regional artists from northeastern Pennsylvania doing their own original material. Hanging out with D.C. Taylor. D.C., Good evening.
How are you, Alan?
I'm doing great. Doing great. It's a tradition here on the show, as you know. You've been here doing the show with me for about 5 years now.
5 years, yeah.
That around the time of the Briggs Farm Blues Festival, we do an hour-long special on the festival, and we have Richard Briggs join us in the studio. Richard is here again for probably the 10th time, Richard, around this time of year.
Yeah, thanks for having us back again, Alan.
And for the second time, going back to 2 years ago, your lovely wife, Allison, is joining us as well. So, Allison and Richard, welcome to Music on the Menu. It is so good to see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you again.
I mean, really, to not seen people last year, people that maybe you only see once or twice a year.
It's great seeing smiling faces without masks on.
No masks.
It's starting to feel normal.
Some people are comfortable enough shaking hands again. I know Richard and I shook hands when he walked into the studio, gave Allison a hug. I mean, we're doing these things again and feeling safe about it.
Yeah, we have to.
And that leads us to a big festival coming up where everybody should feel safe. So that's what we're going to talk about here on the program tonight. 1998, you do the first Briggs Farm Festival, and here we are, 24 years later, getting ready for another one. So let's get right to this year. We're going to go back. We're going to talk about, a little bit of the history of the event throughout the show. Your family's getting more involved as they've gotten older. We're going to talk a little bit about last year and how difficult that was not to do one because it had been such a tradition. But obviously for the listeners, this year, a great lineup of musicians, multiple nights of music, starting off on Thursday with Brett Alexander and Mike Miz, who our listeners are very familiar with. We play them here on the program all the time. But do you want to take us, Richard, through the headliners each night and some of the highlights of what you have planned for music for Briggs Farm 2021?
Well, yeah, for this year's show, we're starting off on Thursday night with Brett Alexander and Mike Miz, and we've developed a theme kind of thing going on for Thursday night. It's been very popular. So we were doing different artists like the Allman Brothers we did one year, and Eric Clapton we did, and Grateful Dead we did. So then we did 1969, we did Woodstock because it was a 50-year anniversary, and we brought Brett Alexander in for that. And he brought all his friends, Ellie Rose and the Husty Brothers and Nike Van Wyck, and it was like fantastic night just doing songs from Woodstock. So as that did such a good show that we decided to do the next year, 1970, music from 1970. So that's what Brett and I sort of put together going into 2020.
Right.
And there was just a lot of really good music going on in 1970 with the albums that came out in 1970, Jimi Hendrix, The Doors, Bob Dylan, Led Zeppelin, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Van Morrison. And so a lot of bands do cover all those songs anyhow, but those were all released in 1970. So we decided to do a full 5 hours of music from 1970. And so we have Brett and his band members, and we also have Miz.
Miz.
Mike Miz is coming with a
Terrific.
full band. So the two of them will be doing different sets. Mike Miz is doing the two albums that the Grateful Dead put out there that year,
1970.
and which are their greatest albums, American Beauty and Working Men's Dead. So he'll be doing a set between two sets that Brett's going to be doing.
Now, the question begs to be asked, though, because you did the Woodstock set in 2019 on the 50th. Last year, you had the 1970 plan because it was 2020, but you didn't do the American. So is 1971 going to get skipped over, or are you going to go right to 1972
yeah, Brett and I
next
talked
year?
about that. So, well, who knows what we're going to do next year? But Brett has some songs from 71 as well. So It's going to be, we're still basically focused on, because of all the great albums that came out that year. But
there you go. You do a little 70s, 71 this year.
know.
And then next year, you kind of get back on track for maybe 50 years prior. I don't know.
Yeah, so we maybe we'll skip ahead to the 80s or something. I don't know.
Don't tell Brett that.
But the main thing is that it's a theme that people kind of really get into it, you know. So we're gonna decorate and with that in mind.
Okay.
And it's a very, people are really excited to roll in Thursday morning. The campers will be coming in, thousands of them, and they're all excited about getting set up for the weekend. And so this year we have food trucks that'll be there on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
And it's open to the public as well, for general admission as well as the campers.
Let's play one from Brett Alexander now. We'll get to some music, and then the next segment we'll talk a little bit about some of the artists that'll be performing Friday night and Saturday night. But here's one from the gentleman we're talking about. He'll be taking you through 1970 at Briggs Farm on July 8th. This is Brett Alexander with a song called True.
It's been so hard to recognize. Watch out for the devil in disguise. You might be wrong, you might be wrong, but then again, don't you ever want to change your mind? Got your senses working overtime. You might be wrong, you might be wrong. True. Don't you know it might be true? Don't you know it might be true what everybody says about it? You don't believe in destiny, it's true. Ain't nobody watching over you every time. Every time it happens, but don't you ever trust the way you feel? Why you gotta reinvent the wheel every time, every time? It might be true. Don't you know it might be true? Everybody says about it, and I was wasting my time you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on The River.
The streets were empty and the world was sleeping. She was walking all alone. She was making her way home. The same old sidewalk on this road to nowhere. There was nothing in this town could ever make her turn a frown. She felt no danger, she felt no regret. She just felt like a movie that you can't help to forget. Were empty and the world was sleeping. He was pacing by the stairs. He was waiting for her there. He'd always see her past the parking meters where their paths would finally meet at the top of Union Street. He felt no danger, he felt no regret. He just felt like a light bulb that hadn't switched on yet. Said, I'm still not sure if I love you, but I've been known to feel this way. And I'm not sure if I'll get over you. Will come tomorrow when you're gone away. And all the leaves are falling. I can hear that highway calling. And maybe moonlight will lead us back someday. I still remember it was late September. All the leaves were turning brown in that upstate New York town. We moved together in the snowy weather where we made our little home. Felt like a page out of a poem. And I'd always wonder if those days would ever end. Now there's nothing in this world that I'd rather do again. Still not sure if I love you, but I've been known to feel this way. And I'm not sure if I'll get over you. Will come tomorrow when you're gone away. And all the leaves are falling. I can hear that highway calling. Maybe moonlight will lead us back someday. All the leaves are falling. I can hear that highway calling. And maybe moonlight will lead us back someday.
Miz here on Music on the Menu with a song called Maybe Moonlight. And before that, Brett Alexander with a song called True. Both of those artists will be helping kick off the Briggs Farm Blues Festival 2021 on July 8th at Briggs Farm in Nescopec. We're hanging out here tonight with Richard Briggs and Allison Briggs talking about this year's festival. Now, last segment, we talked a lot about what's going to be happening on the opening night with the 1970 themed music with Brett and friends and Mike, but give us some of the highlights of Friday and Saturday as well, some of the headliners and some of the other regional artists that will be performing.
Well, some of the names on the main stages for Friday the 9th and Saturday the 10th of July, Anna Popovic, Shamika Copeland, Victor Wainwright, Mac Arnold, Scott Pemberton, the Campbell Brothers, Little Ed and the Blues Imperials, and a very special artist who is definitely going to be instrumental in bringing people back to a sense of normality of Vanessa Collier. She's a fan favorite, and she's one of the artists that we got last minute after a festival she was supposed to be playing in canceled. So we had her penciled in, but she had this other date, and we were happy to have her for this year. That she'll be playing the first artist up on our new stage, new locations on Friday at 4:15.
You don't have a hard time at all getting these blues artists anymore, from what I understand, because I know we've talked about it in the past, a reputable blues artist like Jamaica, because your event now is considered one of the best blues festivals in the country.
Yeah, it's actually internationally known. We recently won an award from the Keeping the Blues Alive from in Memphis.
Yeah.
Which they pick one festival a year to award that to. And plus, we've been around long enough that...
Congratulations.
The bands, thank you.
Congratulations.
So the bands all know us, and they're looking for work, of course. And,
yeah.
And we just do a good job of presenting music for them.
See, I told you I wore this Memphis shirt for you guys today. I didn't even know about the new award. So, Allison, you want to add something to that?
Yeah, I do. All that Richard said, absolutely. And the other thing that it came to mind is our fans. Our audience is also what brings a lot of these musicians back. They just love it.
They love playing to the people here in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the musicians have told us that over and over again.
Oh, that's nice to hear, isn't it?
It's nice to hear about our community, and we agree.
Yeah, it's a great crowd. I mean, it's a very, I've been to it going back to 98 or so. I mean, it's a very music-oriented crowd. So I could see why the artists would say that now that you mention it. It's not...
It's definitely a happy crowd. People are really happy there.
They're happy.
And a lot of that is the environment.
They're in tune with this music.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah, the environment, absolutely, Richard. I mean, it's chilled. I mean, and that's what you
chilled, and
that's what you want at a blues
grown
festival.
Over the years and years, we've tried to keep that, family friendly kind of atmosphere, and hopefully we'll manage to keep doing that. We have.
2 years ago, speaking of that, I usually come down with my dad, so it's a family thing for him, he and I. But 2 years ago, I think my dad was out of town the week of Briggs, and I came down with my daughter, who was 12 at the time. And we had a great time. And just her and a little dad-daughter night at the festival.
Yeah, so you see a lot of that.
It's a great atmosphere there. Let's play one of the alumni from the Briggs Farm Blues Festival. He's been there in the past a couple of times. This is Clarence Beatty.
Heavens up above, everything comes in time. Tonight's the night for love. I think love is in the air. If not, some roses will do. And my aim is to ease your mind. If that fails, it's a poem for you. Cupid aimed his bow and pierced me with his dart. Changed a stone to soul and made me the king of hearts. All the pain you had in the past, all the tears you ever cried, your heart is here at last. All your tears I kiss goodbye. Our love will age like wine. It'll keep a smile on your face. Don't worry about the time, babe. Just gets better day by day. Cupid aimed his bow and pierced me with his dart. soul and made me the king of hearts. I'm the king of hearts. With his dart, changed the stone to soul and made me the king of hearts.
Hi friends, this is Tony Halchek, and you are listening to Music on the Menu with the one and only Alan K. Stout, right here on the river.
Kept my soul, but I lost my world. Singing the stars and Susquehanna girls. My name is Georgia, and I think I like. I'm a hot chocolate with a peach burning inside. Listen, don't mess around with Susquehanna girls. Walked to a field filled with fireflies, wrestled with the words you said midnight, laughed with my mother till the bright daylight. Susquehanna girls, they drift on by. Listen, don't mess around with Susquehanna girls. Cause they're drifting on in Susquehanna girls. Who's gonna save it? Girls from Pennsylvania, good luck living in the so-called valley with a heart. Where even giants despair, and every year go and get themselves all ripped apart. When am I gonna give my fields a go? But you the days that you always do. Cause this world keeps turning its back on me. I'm drowning diamonds in wells of irony. Listen, don't mess around with Susquehanna girls. Cause we're drifting on in Susquehanna girls. Just like Jake found his lights, the sun going down is also gonna ride like us. And Susquehanna girls, all them Susquehanna girls gonna drift on back, drift on back, drift on back.
Tony Halchak here on Music on the Menu, a song called Susquehanna Girls. And before that, Clarence Spady with a song called King of Hearts. Both of those artists have performed at the Briggs Farm Blues Festival in the past. Tony's been there as a member of the group Minor Blues with Brett Alexander and Edwin Dazzo. Richard, last year we were off the air here on the show for 12 weeks or so because the casino was closed during COVID. I did an interview with you at that time because I did a podcast series where I interviewed people from throughout the community that were involved in music about how they were navigating their way through COVID. You had just canceled the festival last year, I think the day before we did the interview, or we may have even been that same day.
We canceled mid-May.
Yeah, and that's when I was doing the podcast.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I think that when I interviewed you, I'd have to listen to it up on YouTube, but it was still really heavily still weighing on your heart. Let's put all that behind us because that was then, and we're all looking forward to moving on. But this year, you were one of the first to announce you were moving forward. You put tickets on sale in January?
January 15th.
January 15th.
Yeah, tickets went on sale.
What inspired you when we were still unsure how the summer was going to look to say, we're going to try this?
In part, when we decided to cancel, we gave people the option of getting a refund or keeping their ticket for the next year. So we had no idea what was going on. And a lot of people had tickets already in May, and that would have been tough. But the people supported us in a way that we only actually returned 10% of the tickets that were sold.
So if the people that bought tickets for 2020 just said, we'll just come back next year.
Yeah, so that was great support from them. So that was part of it. And also the other thing was we had to start early. It's like we couldn't just wait for things to open up.
It's a big event.
We wouldn't have done it.
You have to. You can't just roll it out there in May, right?
So there was that, and we never really wanted to have to go into a situation where we had to force people to wear masks or to stay in circles 6 feet apart. But we were dedicated to do whatever we had to at that point. And then also we have a lot of property, so we had a lot of space, and so we figured that there actually is enough space for people to have that much space, but we didn't really know how things were going to go. Nobody does, even now. But things have turned out really well. I mean, it's opened up, and also when we announced that the tickets were on sale, it was just incredible how many people bought tickets. So we are 120% over what we were in 2019 on ticket sales.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So, I mean, people definitely need to go out and be together.
And you were also saying before when we were off the air that even your number of vendors is greatly increased.
Or craft vendors are another aspect of the business, and those people have been out of work for over a year.
Yeah,
just like everybody else. So we'll have over 70 crafts and arts vendors there as well.
More than ever.
And
more people than ever.
Food trucks. We have 6 or 7 food trucks coming at this point.
Wow.
And they'll be there Thursday all the way through the festival.
Talk about bouncing back. This is going to be terrific. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm happy for your family, and I'm happy for the blues fans and the artists and the vendors. It's definitely. I mean, you could feel us turning the corner in little things. You go to the supermarket without the mask on a little bit now, and I think we're all doing that a little bit and seeing how it goes. And you get down to a festival outside with a ton of people. I think maybe really that's going to be putting 2020 in the rearview mirror for a lot of us.
Yeah,
that's going to be like significant.
We've already
symbolic.
been to a couple events that have been open like that, and it's really important to people to see each other and to get close and experience live music too. And the artists, have been having a rough time too.
Yeah,
none of them had their gigs, and they're all, if they're full-time artists, they need that every day. They need to be out there playing. So
people having fun, people selling food, people selling crafts, people hearing music, artists getting paid. It's all happening at Briggs Farm. It's going to be awesome.
There it is.
There's another alumni from Briggs Farm, Phyllis Hopkins Electric Trio, called The Outside.
One thing I know for sure, before I met you, my heart was red. restless. One thing I know for sure is that with you I could do anything I put my mind to best, yeah. And I know some days can be very challenging. I'm here to tell you, baby, I won't change a thing. I was on the outside, 1,000 miles away from you, on the outside. Freezing cold till you let me in. 'Cause I found the right man, he's gonna carry me through, yeah. Thing I love about you, baby, is where you take care of me the way that you do. Sitting in on rainy days, watching reruns of our favorite shows. I don't wish for anything, 'cause everything I need I have with you. I was on the outside, 1,000 miles away from you, on the outside. Freezing cold till you let me in, on the outside. 1,000 miles away from you, outside. Freezing cold till you let me in. Sometimes late in the evening, I feel so down, almost level to the ground. But I'm so glad I met you, and I can't wait to wrap my arms around you. I'm so glad we took this chance, baby.
Hey, this is Dustin Douglas from Dustin Douglas and the Electric Gentleman, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on the River.
Have you ever woke up in a daydream? Can a daydream be the real thing? Maybe our life is out of a daydream, and you are not the queen to my king. Maybe I'm out of my head. Well, I'll just go back to bed. Black skies and starlight, trapped in an old-tight daydream. It's a daydream. Forget what was spoken, all will be broken. Daydream, it's a daydream. Well, hello, my name is Mr. Durden. Am I really alive in a way? Well, I'm sorry if I get hurting. Is this daydream all a mistake? daydream. Forget what was spoken, all will be broken. Daydream, it's a daydream. Is this really all a dream? Daydream. Forget what was spoken, all will be broken. Daydream. It's a daydream.
Teddy Young here on Music on the Menu with a song called Let's Start All Over Again. Appropriately enough for Briggs Farm, since they're rolling things out again, and it feels like that's what they're doing. Before that, Dustin Douglas with a song called Daydream. And before that, Phyllis Hopkins with a tune called The Outside. They're all local artists who have performed at the Briggs Farm Blues Festival over the years, and compliment Richard and Allison for always making artists from here in northeastern Pennsylvania a part of the event, as well as bringing in national blues acts from around the whole country. Now, this year we've got a couple of interesting things that are happening that are new. I know you've told us before on the show every year, so I won't make you tell the story again. You heard about Woodstock when you were a teenager, and you always had the idea of, doing something like that on your farm. And finally, 20 or so, 30 almost 30 years later, you did it in 98 at Briggs Farm. So
now it's 50 years later.
Now it's 50 years later, but an established event. But you can make it a little bit of changes this year. The back porch stage, which is where I usually do a little MC work for you, it's moving. For people that are familiar with the event, when you come in, that would usually be dead ahead. You would come in through the gates, or it would be right to the left. Where in proximity to the layout?
It's over against the woods where the actual porta potties were.
Okay.
They're moved out.
All right.
And it'll be facing up a different direction. So we did that so there was no little cross sound between the two stages. And we moved them further apart.
All right.
So we've been actually wanting to do that for a long time. So we moved them, but it still has the same vibe. It's still under a tent
with some seats and so forth.
Yeah. So and that stage. So we have the two stages going all concurrently. And the back porch stage is a good place that we can have more acoustic acts and also more local acts. So we do have Pappy and Justin Mazer, and we have Mike Miz is coming back, Wes Knorr, and then we also have national acts there, like the National Reserve and Swamp Candy. And
That's terrific. I love that stage. I've always enjoyed watching. I mean, I've seen so many great. I saw Miz do a terrific set there a couple of years ago. I've seen Brett, Eddie Rendazzo. I'm glad that remains a part of the festival, and it sounds like you found a better spot for it. So
yeah,
terrific.
So that's working out well. And we also have this year for the first time, we have craft beer from Berwick Brewery.
Oh wow!
This is the first time we were allowed to do that, and people can still bring their own beer or food into the festival, but we'll now be supplying craft beer as well.
And Allison, you were saying that now that your own family, your children are older now, that you're passing the reins a little bit. You and Richard are the founders of the Briggs Farm Blues Festival, but there's some other folks with the last name Briggs running things a little bit more. You want to talk about that a little bit? How you're kind of passing the torch?
Sure. I think that's one of the things that COVID allowed us to do is, sit back and get together with the rest of the family and start the transition. It was really time. Dylan and Dina and our grandkids. Lou is our oldest grandchild, and he's taken over the back porch stage.
Oh, wow.
And doing an excellent job. So it's, from a family perspective, it's wonderful to see your kids and then your grandkids start to take charge and be able to implement all their ideas. So when you're hearing a lot of these ideas, they came from them. They have that passion and the excitement. And,
does this allow you and Richard a little more time to chill and enjoy the music at this year's festival?
We hope, but that is the plan. So we're hopefully can greet our friends and listen to some music, and also have a chance to ask people how they're doing.
Right.
Instead of running around trying to hide from people so we can get all the work done. That's the hope.
It is one of the things I used to do that event at the Woodlands, the Concert for a Cause, and I had 37 bands there, sometimes 35 bands, and I don't know if I ever saw a band play more than one or two songs myself.
It's busy.
You're just putting out fires all day and running around, and so I'm happy for you that the kids are taking over, and
they're taking over, and we have a huge staff that know what they're doing. So
terrific. Well, we'll look forward to meeting some of the family this year when we come down. Let's play another one that has been there in the past, and I think she's going to be there with Brett as part of the summer of 1970. Artist named Ellie Rose.
Yep.
This is Ed Randazzo, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout, right here on The River.
Well, yeah, I got Nina on the radio. I got me some sugar by the stove. I got my heart right here all filled up with love. Yes, I do. But there's just one thing that I need, and I hope you hear me good and clear. I need a woman, so bring her right over here. I need a woman. I need a woman. Yes, I do. I need a woman, gonna make a man out of me. Yes, I got a bottle by my side. I'm sitting here all alone. Hookah warms me up inside, but there ain't nothing like a woman's moan. Nah, there's one thing that I need, and I hope you hear me good and clear. I need a woman, so bring her right over here. I need a woman. I need a woman. Yes, I do. I need a woman, gonna make a man out of me. Yes. Hold me close, hold me tight, hold me right, baby, all through the night, till the sun rises. Well, I need your kiss, I need your smile, the way it lights up a room. Can you stay a while? But there's just one thing that I need, and I hope you hear me good and clear. I need your honey, so bring yourself right over here. I need a woman, well, I need a woman, yes I do. I need a woman, gonna make a man out of me, yeah. Well, I need a woman. I need a woman. I need a woman. Well, I need a woman.
Ed Randazzo here on Music on the Menu with a song called I Need a Woman. Before that, Ellie Rose with a song called Broken Strings. Ed is a favorite at Briggs Farm. I saw him get a standing ovation there one year on the back porch stage. Just really captivated the crowd. And he comes down every couple of years or so and does a great. I also saw him do the national anthem one year.
Yes. Yeah, that was great.
Real special for Ed. And Ellie's just a terrific young artist who has some great material of her own, and also will be performing with Brad Alexander doing the music of 1970. Now, Richard, for those that are listening, we pick up new audience here all the time, new people just maybe that were a little kid a couple of years ago, and now they're a teenager and they're old enough to get in the car and come down to the festival. You're in Nescapec, which is only a half hour or so from Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, less than a half hour from here. And everything you need to know is on briggsfarm.com. You can get advance tickets there up until the day before the show. And you can also get tickets at the gate at a little bit higher price. But yeah, the dates are 8, 9, and 10.
July 8th, 9th, and 10th?
8th is Thursday, and
Friday.
That's when people start coming into camp early in the morning. We allow them to come in at 9 and start getting lined up. Also, all the vendors will be setting up then as well. And then the music starts at 6 on Thursday.
Right.
And then Friday, the music starts on the back porch stage at 1 p.m. So the gates open at noon for the general public, and campers will continue to come in Friday. And you can actually come in Saturday also if you want to camp. We have plenty of space on Briggs Farm. We have 450 acres farmland, and it's open. You can also, if you want tickets, you can call the office. That information's on briggsfarm.com.
Okay.
Also.
So everything you need to know, including the lineup, a detailed lineup of the times, little bios of all the artists, how to get tickets, directions, local amenities, accommodations. It's all there on the Briggs Farm website. Thank you so much for coming in again. It's great to see you both. I look forward to coming down, as I always do, enjoying myself there with my family. And congratulations on what sounds like it's going to be a great bounce back.
It's going to be a great show.
It's going to be terrific.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to it. Thanks so much for having us back again. It's been fun.
Thank you. We'll leave you now thank you. We'll leave you now with Brett Alexander with the Badleys, a song called Time Turns Around. We'll see you July 8th at Briggs Farm.
There's antiques on the mantle, Hank Williams in the air, bourbon on the counter, and you cut off all your hair. The daisies on the hillside, watch the sun going down, hoping the time turns around, hoping the time turns around. Police at the pawn shop, vampires at the mall, country boys in gangster clothes skate round City Hall, and all the bathtub virgins cry without making a sound. They're hoping the time turns around, hoping the time turns around. We'll all be getting younger, we'll be dancing in the sun, and our souls won't remember all the damage that we've done. And the last shall be the first, and the first shall be the last. But Johnny come lately, we'll still be pumping gas. Oh, yesterday's a beggar, dressed up like a king. Tomorrow is a prophet, but he ain't saying anything. Today is just a coward who's painted like a clown, hoping the time turns around, hoping the time turns